It's tricky. Learning from past relationships. Sometimes you make a mistake and it takes you a really long time to appreciate the lessons you learn from that mistake. Sometimes you make a mistake and you learn your lesson right then and there. Nope, never doing that again. But you can't restart. You learn, but you only get to apply what you've learned when you're given another chance to, right? And that doesn't always come so easily. Sometimes you feel like you got it all figured out, but life doesn't give you another chance to prove it. Until eventually it does. And what do? You make the same mistake all over again. Because it didn't hurt enough the first time, right? I mean, yeah, things got awkward and you felt ashamed right after it happened, but now you laugh about it and you think, hey, maybe they're laughing about it too. So months later, you send that late night text a week or two before Valentine's Day, of course, because you know it's long enough to be okay and close enough to make sense kind of thing. And so you text them and they text back, and before you know it, you're both back on that old familiar feeling. But this time you want to move faster because, you know, you want to make up for lost time. So you say too much, you don't feel nearly enough, and before you know it, you make the same mistake all over again. And you want to say, I'm sorry. And you want to say goodbye. But the world keeps on turning and there's nowhere you or your emotions can hide. You were taught as a child that when you do something wrong, you apologize. But then when you grow up, you realize that sometimes saying you're sorry only makes things worse. So you can't apologize and you can't hide, so you do the only thing left to do. You go out with as many people as possible in the span of 3 weeks as a way of looking for that attention you no longer have. You talk to so many people about the same first date type of bullshit, you start to forget who's the vegan, who's the athlete, who's the one obsessed with the 80s, unaware of the fact that literally everyone is obsessed with the 80s. And then when that is over, you look at your phone and nothing. You realize that none of them were interested. And at this point, you start to feel like, well, like shit. You see some of your friends are getting into serious relationships. Some are getting married, and some are even thinking about having kids. I mean, you feel some relief knowing you're not going to have kids anytime soon, but yeah, you mostly feel like shit. I mean, you look back at those past mistakes and the things that you could learn from them, and nothing. Because let's be honest, you're not in the mood to learn and grow as a person. You're in the mood to cry and to eat junk food and to write poems as a way of expressing what you wish you would have expressed sooner. At the beginning, you regretted everything, which implies that you will never do any of it again, but now you look back and you notice that although there's regret and shame, if the only way to be with that person one more time was to make all of those same mistakes all over again, you would. You would. That's when you realize the only thing you learned was that you learned nothing at all.